Hey, Piston here. I'm going to do a tutorial on NoLimits roller coaster simulation. Just the basics. So the first thing I want to start out with is the views. We have the top view, which I'm in right now, the front, back, left, and right, and then you've got 3D, which is just 3D. So for now, top view it's easy to work with. So the first thing you need in a roller coaster is a station. So you're going to click Segment, Station. And over here in this menu, there's this button here is how you place. You don't want to click this one, just this one. So when you click this, it gives you this shape that shows you where you're placing. So I'm going to place it just about there. And it makes a segment. Orange symbolizes a station. So that's my station. But now, a roller coaster needs height. So I'm going to click Segment and Lift, which is pretty much the chain that lifts your roller coaster up for height at the start. So I'm going to stay in this mode here and click, since I'm in the right segment, Lift, I'm going to click where I want the lift. I'm going to make it longer because I want to have a nice long lift up to the top. Right about there. So now, since we want the lift to go up, we're going to click either left or right. I'm more comfortable with right. And you're going to click before you click the end point, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click the cursor button up here. You have to do that before you ever edit track, because that's the editing button. Or else you'll just be placing new track, and that will be bad. So you can just drag it. You can angle this to change the shape. I call this, you can style the track, because you're pretty much just styling it. So for now, I'm going to do this. Looks good. So that's going to be my lift. Although I'm going to actually just make it taller, because I want it to go up and get enough height. Now, since you want a track, next thing you're going to do is you're going to click Segment. We're going to stay in this view because we want to be able to make the track go down right away. So we're going to click Segment, then we're going to click Track. And to make it, and then of course, as normal, we're going to click Add Vertex and Segment to End, which is this one. And click about where you want the track to go. So I'm going to just do it around here. So it's going to make the track connect. And you're going to click this cursor to style it. So I want mine to be around here. Looks good. So it makes a nice track. You can do some more styling to make it look nice. So I think this will do. So now you've got a hill, a station, a hill, and a station, a lift, and then a drop. So now you've got the speed to continue. The next thing I'm going to show you is to make a turn, and those are important because you can't just go straight forever. Turns are extremely important. So for the turn, we're going to have to go to the top view. And up in the top view, we're going to go over back here. And for a turn, it's really easy. So you click your back, make sure you're still on track. Click Add. And just make it across from it, where the end of the turn will be. Don't go anywhere in the middle of the turn, just the end of the turn. Make a nice wide turn. So originally it makes a really weird shape. But don't worry, that's normal. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the shape, with the edit button selected, and you can style it to make it a nice shape like this. You can do it to both over here to make a very nice curve. Now, when you view it in, we're going to view it in 3D. If you look, I'm going to have to correct that because it put it up there. So I'm going to go to the right view and bring this right back down. And I don't want that angled. I want that straight. See? That fixes it. There we go. So now it's a straight turn. But if we go into 3D mode and go over there, when you look at this track, it's flat. And if you ride on that, you'll go sailing off the edge. So what you're going to want to do is you need a kind of a bank to make you tilt. So what I'm going to do is select this point here. And up here, there's a menu over here. See the roll. So these ones on the left side make the track turn left. The ones on the right side make it turn right. So I want the track to turn right. So I've selected this point. But I don't want it there, because it just doesn't work. So now, to fix that, I'm going to click on this segment of track and go to Segment. And there's a button here that says Split Up. You can click that, and it makes a point in the middle of your turn. So what you do with that is then you do the roll on that. See? And it makes only the roll in the turn. So you can make the roll like a big roll, or you can make it a little bit less. So therefore the track is now turned. Of course, if you can do a little bit of styling, as I've noticed that this isn't the best right here. So I'm going to edit that to make it a nice. Also, if you don't think you're really good at the styling and you just can't seem to get it to go right, you can go up to here, Edit, and you can click Smooth. And that will make your, it will automatically try to correct it. It works a lot of the times. Sometimes it doesn't. But as you can see here, it makes it a lot smoother. It makes a very smooth curve and turn. But this part here is not smooth. So I can smooth that. See? It makes a pretty smooth track there. See? But if you want to see how it looks to be riding on it, you can click this button up here, Ride on Coaster. And you can, well, ride it. It's a constant speed, so you're not like really testing it. So if you look, see, there's the turn. So I think this needs to be banked a bit. So it's a smooth turn. This too. It makes it a much smoother turn here. So that's our first turn. So I'm going to unclick that so we can go back to normal. So now we've got this turn. But now, if we want, we're going to make that's how we do a loop. A loop is one of the things that people love to add to their roller coasters. So we're going to add that. We are going, for a loop, we're going to click Top View. And since we did some styling, it comes out like this. But don't worry, as long as it works, it doesn't have to look good on the top view. So we're going to click Add for our loop and make sure we're on track. So we're just going to make a nice long segment. This will work. But what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to make it a little bit longer and straight. And also, if you want to make this segment straight, you can right click it and click Make Straight. And it will make it a straight segment, which is helpful if you need it. So to make the loop, we're going to have to split this segment. So we're going to click split up and this middle point. We can't do this in the top view. So we're going to click side view. Whichever side view you like is fine. We're going to pull this middle segment up and then just like twirl it around. It doesn't look like a loop now, but it will look like one later. To make it look like a loop, you just extend this and the other side. And see, now it's a loop. But the track is messed up right now because if you look at it, it's rolling really, really weird. So what you're going to want to do is up here, we're going to click relative roll. So we're going to click that. And now it's a real, like a normal loop roll. So I'm going to make this loop bigger for the fun. Because who wants a little loop? The bigger the loop, the better. Big loop. Oops, I opened a menu. And yeah, that's a good point. If you double click on something, you open this menu. You can also do the rolling in here, and you can also edit it more specifically here. This stuff, I wouldn't worry about it. It's really complicated, but I don't even do this stuff. That's super complicated stuff. You don't even need it. But so we're going to go up to here. You can make your loop look good. And now, if you want to go back to the 3D, you can go back to the ride on coaster. So you can test out your loop. So I'm going to go all the way around, down my track, over the turn, and see we've got a problem here. So to avoid this, what we can do is move this. See? Now it's over to the side. So you can go up the loop and down the loop. But if you noticed, it's tilted. That's because my segment over here is tilted. So I'm going to tilt that back over so that it's not tilted here. It's still slightly tilted, but it doesn't matter as much. I can correct that. The little things can be corrected. See? See, now it's normal. So now we've gotten this far. I think that's going to be it for this tutorial. That's the simple parts. That's the stuff you need to know to start your roller coaster. In the next tutorial, I'll show you what you want to do when you get towards the end of your coaster. You can add more of these loops, and the loops look weird on the top view, but that's normal. You can add multiple loops and hills, which you can just make a segment and just drag it up on the side view. You can just drag it up. I'll show you what to do at the end of your roller coaster in the next tutorial. See ya.